Ngapo, everyone. Sorry I'm running late. I had to go to the courthouse as usual. Um, I'm starting out a series where I'm going to talk about all the stuff that's happening with me that no one quite knows about, but I think y'all should. So let's get with it. Um, how knowing who we are led to fighting for what is ours is the first of a long series of conversations we're going to have. And I'm going to share the link. Anybody that's in the chat, and if there's anybody coming in the chat, I hope people start coming. And whether you come or not, I'm going to be talking. Hey, Tylof. Welcome, welcome, welcome. So I'm going to start talking about the process of what has happened and the story of what's happened and how it has become. Because if you look at my videos from early on, you'll see that, I would say that was a whole different person, because that person that did the videos early on was someone that actually was just, researching their family history and learning that we're Accawmacke and just intrigued by the fact that we have such a rich history and heritage and how immensely entrenched we are in it. Like, we're not African, we're not mixed with this or that so much. Some of us are, but mixed with not African. I would say some of us are mixed with European, but for the most part, the Accawmacke are tremendously Accawmacke or Accawmacke affiliated, like, other parts of the Accawmacke Confederacy. Ngapo. So when I first started, it was not even the people in this picture. It was I don't know what this little sticker is on my thing. It's really weird. It's bothering me though. It was that's my mom up front. That's our mom. And behind her is like my cousin, like a first cousin, Marabou. She was actually a double cousin to us because she was my mom's kin by being a press. And she was my dad's niece because she's the daughter of my father's oldest sister. So we're like double related. And you'll find that double related stuff a lot in our heritage because of our clans and bands and stuff. So she has a very rich history. Also, a lot of times Accawmacke marry Accawmacke without knowing it. Not that they're marrying cousins, but they're marrying. It's such a huge confederacy that we end up marrying other people that are also in the confederacy, not even thinking about that because we're being misguided into thinking we're from Africa. So the last thing we're realizing is that we're actually of the indigenous people of the territory, and that these people are from neighboring clans and bands or sister bands and clans. Fascinating. But that's my mom. That's my mom in the corner, sitting down with her hand up. That's my cousin Marabou. They're all gone. And then standing up is my aunt Undine, which I had really wonderful family, really, really wonderful aunts and my parents and cousins and everything. So it's these are really beautiful, powerful people. And the reason I'm able to do what I'm able to do is because of them. It's because of the power that I have on high behind me. Like, it's not me, it's them. And Aunt Dean, who has the glasses on, Undine. She was the one who was like, here's, she gave me information about our heritage and our history and told me to like keep it and build upon it and research it. And, like she acted like it was some kind of treasure. And I, at the time in 1980, I was just like, or 1979, whenever that happened, I was like, okay, I was always interested in our family names and history, but like, I didn't understand like just the importance of it, or just why she kind of was like, yeah, like it's a secret that we need to shelter and build upon. And I didn't know, I didn't get all that. So and actually maybe in some part they didn't actually understand what the real background was. It maybe they didn't know, but they knew it was important who we were and what information and names we do have, but it's very important. So that is she. And then I have like Aunt Jean, who is a Week, no, sorry, Aunt Nora, who is a Weeks. And Aunt Nora, the Weeks are the people that started Brooklyn. Brooklyn belongs to the Weeks family. It's Weeksville. It's an Accawmacke territory. That's Brooklyn, I'm saying. So a lot has been stolen and a lot has been hidden, and the world operates in the fact that if you don't know, that's just too bad for you. They really do. They act, that's how they operate. Like, if you don't know, then we win. Like, that's how the world works. And the more I'm moving on with this, the more I'm understanding it better and better and better. That's the name of the game. Please, y'all are welcome to join the live. But let me say, so this thing, so that's why I say that as early as this, even before this, I was, motivated by the family to start researching and knowing. And every year I just got deeper and deeper into it. It was a major pastime for me, just starting in the 80s, And so when I kept finding myself getting further and further back, when I started finding myself, running up into all these revolutionary soldiers in the family, when I started finding myself just running into everybody being the same people, the same Indians, that's when I was like, huh? Now, understand that, we've all received the same miseducation. And now they're pushing 1619. Trust me, I didn't know nothing about 1619. I went to school from 1st to 12th grade in New Jersey. They never taught us about no 1619. This pushing it nationally is a new thing of the 2020s. That is not the 2000s, the 2020, whatever. It's a 2000s thing. It wasn't happening in 1980s. It wasn't happening in the 90s for what I could see. Maybe some of y'all know different. I'm not a 90s baby, 90s, teenager. But this is something that they're pushing. And the thing about it is, when you understand your history, you understand that they retrofit us with different identities. Just like today, when you look up George Washington Carver, he's listed as an African American. Just about everybody historically is listed as being from slavery, or the daughter of a slave, or what. See, so this is not history. This is demonic remixing of the truth. It is mistelling. It's straight out lies, right? And so the same way that we might look at history and say, oh, it says Negro and this and that, understand that was a lot of the stuff that we read was remixed to say Negro whatever from people in the 1800s, right? People in the early 1900s. Right now, we're living through, and we are actually turning a blind eye to the fact that they're saying everybody's African American. We're not protesting it. Obama built a African American museum. We're all happy about it. Nah, that wasn't love, y'all. That wasn't Obama showing love by creating an African American museum. That's to deep. That was, he did that to actually sink us deep in to the misclassification of being African. And if you're African, you're a foreigner. Point blank, period. So for us to take on the identity of African American, when our grandmothers, my mothers, was like, we ain't African. They would, what? My grandmother, African? No, we always been here. Mm-mm. Black? Oh, that was a fighting word. So the fact that we take on all these different identities that they encourage, they want us to be anything but the actual people that we are, them being Accawmacke. Right? To be an Accawmacke or Rappahannock or whatever you really are, right? Excuse me. They want us to be anything but that. Hi, Charlene. Hi, Brandy. Love you guys. Hey, Toloff. So, yeah, they want us to be anything except what we are. So when I looked at this, when I look it back, and I look at myself with the, tiny Afro puffs and my granddaddy, my big daddy. What a powerful man he was. What a powerful man he still is, in a different form. These are the powerful people that stand in front of me as all that happens. They stand in front. So I don't have anything to be concerned about, because it's all going to be all right. What's the worst thing they can do? Even the worst thing they can do is only going to be worse off for them, because the more things they do against me, that's the greater damage that I have to claim against them. All they're doing is damaging themselves, making themselves frustrated, making themselves look really, really criminal. But they're already criminal, but they're exposing themselves. Mm-hmm. Oh, good. Get your Easter Shore. Contact us. Contact us, your royal quietness. Contact me rather, or anybody. My sister Penny. We have a Facebook page. Naomi, whoever. But yeah. So Big Daddy, the lineage is so strong. Our roots are so strong. We have connections to our cousins that go all the way up to Nova Scotia, and Lord knows our cousins that were shipped off to Sierra Leone and Liberia. How they doing? How they doing now? We don't even know. They don't even probably know that we know about them. They might not know about themselves. Who knows what they're doing to them in Liberia and Sierra Leone? Do they know who they are? I worked with someone coincidentally that lived in Sierra Leone for quite a while. She said there was a group of women out of Maryland that actually commemorate the fact that they are originally indigenous to Virginia. So maybe they do know, or evidently they do know. I don't know. But that's the thing. So when we look at our history and we understand that our lines go way back, and how important is it, these connections that we have, these bonds and a lot of people, let me tell you though, everybody don't sit up there and get teary-eyed when they talk about their family. I understand that some people have trauma, and the family are just, they're a source of pain, trauma, and disappointment. I get that. Yeah. So no, I get it. Everybody, excuse me, doesn't feel the warm fuzzies when they talk about their family. Hey Terry, Lorenzo. So I get that. But this is the thing that's amazing. What's amazing is Brandy. What's amazing is Taloff, because Taloff are the bonus family that you get when you actually repatriate your nation. Because, yeah, they're family, but I would have never known them, right? Because our coming together is based upon our understanding of, it's really about our understanding of our, well, Brandy is more of an understanding of our family histories. And Tolof is about our understanding of our Accawmacke histories. But either way, there's so many really important people that keep me on track and encouraged, that are, they're not the family I grew up with. They're the family that we found. They're found family. And that's what's important about really researching your genealogy, is the found family that's out there. And the importance of them, and the fact of that everybody is important and everybody has a role to play, and everybody might not even realize the role they're playing. Because like on the Eastern Shore, their role is that they're there. Their role is that they are there and that they endure. They endure what they may not even consider terrorism and oppression. They might not consider it that. They may not call it that out loud. But when you see what I see, you know that's what they're enduring. And they do it with a smile, and they do it with a laugh, and they do it with a song and a dance and everything. I mean, amazing. Amazing. And we're bleeding our territory. We're losing our family properties, our heirs' property, through taxes, which is illegal. But when you don't know who you are, and you don't know what your history and your rights are, then that's what they can do to you, you know? And every day that they oppress and terrorize me, I learn more and more. So they're just making me stronger. And they're making everyone around me stronger and more knowledgeable. So I appreciate the education and the experience, because it makes us bulletproof. It makes us bulletproof. And it makes us and it gives us the opportunity to not just go ahead and bust right through and get what we're supposed to get. Pick up our things, because we already are holding the receipts. So great. So that's my mom, and that's me and my sister Penny. Yep. And that's my mom. So when we start looking into our history and looking into what we're owed, because the thing about it is, initially I was like, oh, we'll get a little, they're going to close down the park, and, maybe they'll just they'll go ahead and give it back to us, because it is like our, part of our reservation. They're going to close it anyway. Now, were we white and claiming to be Accawmacke, they probably would have given us the park and a whole lot of other shit. Excuse my French. That's the truth. And is it racial prejudice? Yeah. When you act differently because the race is different, it is. But it's also the fear of the real people actually getting their property back and getting what is owed them. Because when you unveil the truth of oh, you are the real Indians, and you do have the receipts that show you owe all this, when you actually reveal that to be true, yeah, they were in a panic about it. But What I don't understand is why they think that terrorizing me is going to change the fact that we understand what we are owed and we aren't going to stop until we get it. How do you terrorize that out of somebody? Did lynchings work? Maybe they worked. I don't know. I don't know what if I believe half of what some of the half of the stuff I don't believe anyway. But and truth be told, if you look at some of the lynching stories, at least in Virginia on the Eastern Shore, a lot of the people were so-called passing through people that weren't whatever. So did they have the gumption to do that kind of act? Maybe they took out all their vengeance on these passing through people that weren't exactly, and they used that to scare the people that were on the shore, the actual Accawmackes that were on the shore, by heaping all their hatred and all their fears. What is all this hatred about? What is the hatred about? What is it about? Why do they hate, and why are they stopping us from getting what is ours? It's legal. It's justice. Why are they criminalizing me for that? Well, it's greed. It's fear. It's a spirit of lack and desperation that lives in them. That's the way, that is the European energy. That's their heritage. It is a intense fear, and they like to keep people in fear. Stealing, that's part of their history. And then barring people from being able to get anything, like the fact that they used to jail people from poaching a fish to eat on their land. They may have like thousands of acres in Europe, and if a guy comes over and gets a rabbit, they'll throw him in jail and lock him up and throw away the key. That's their culture. That's their culture. So they have a spirit of like intolerance, lack, and greed, and just desperation that is not in us. So that's why we don't fight the same. But we have to fight them. We can't just act like it's going to go away, because it's not going to go away without a fight. So we have to actually stand up to them. And the purpose of why I'm a different person now that did my videos a few years ago is because I have to be a different person, because I have to stand up to them. Somebody has to stand up to these demons, right? They have judges, attorneys, corporate leaders, court clerks, all racketeering together to take what is ours, to destroy us if we try to rise up against the theft. It's kind of like, it's kind of hard to just even conceive, like, oh man, so y'all know it's stolen, but you're gonna beat someone up so they can't get it back, so they can't even say that they can get it back. You're gonna depict them like they're a criminal or some kind of sovereign citizen creep, or make them look like they're some kind of dirty daggone crook trying to get over, when they have the legal authority, when they have the receipt, when it is theirs indeed, and their people have fought for it time and time again throughout the 400 years. We fought many times over. And you try to act like it's in the past, but when someone says, oh, well, no, but our rights are forever, you want to destroy them, destroy their ability to earn income, destroy their reputation. and take away even their home that they actually unfortunately paid for 30 some years and built and based that all on a bunch of forged deeds and lies and crooked judges and crooked attorneys. And that's so weird. But that's the real world. When I was a kid and my dad and mom were just probably younger than me in these pictures, and that's my aunt Nora, and that's Uncle James Henry. Now, these people are larger than life. You're talking about surnames such as, Henry. You're talking about Weeks. You're talking about Spadies. You're talking about samples. You're talking about presses. You're talking about houses. You're talking about Bagwells. You're talking about cypresses. You're talking about Smalls. You're talking about Smiths. You're talking about a line of many, 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 many interconnected people, but everyone in that room is Accawmacke, whether they're in-laws or like my mom and dad sitting on the couch married. We come from a long interconnected line of names, and the more you look at the records, you will see that when they talk about, we got court records that start in 16 to baby. The court records that they tout and talk about, they make assumptions and they make assumptions and they make false claims that some of these people in the records are Caucasian. They're not. They're not. Because when you look and you actually know what are Accawmacke surnames, and yes, we had surnames. And yes, just the same way we had court. Like the way they describe us living in long houses and honey, no. We had because the real colonial people that came over and those invaders, those colonizing invaders, they described us as having towns, different sized towns, and some they also said that we had places where we summered and wintered and different type of houses for different types of weather and we had a very civilized country. No, we had the judicial system. The judicial system was established by us, and they even write and I'll share that information on other lives where I'll actually show where they said that they found our government agreeable, right? Because we had our own government, right? We had our own way of doing things. It wasn't some primitive thing. Oh, let's see. Let me see. Can I? Let me see. Am I still on screen? Yeah. I kind of wanted to show Weeksville just real quick because I got that. Can I share the screen? Yeah, I can do it all. Oh. It's Weeksville there. It's my. Oh, is that a Genghis Khan? What's that? Genghis Khan. Trustees. Because I was looking today at some of the early court records, and I was like, wow, this is some interesting, data. And when you see the names and you know the surnames, you're like, wait a minute, this is a brother dealing with another brother. This is a situation where they trying to, get their child educated by somebody. Like when you read these things, you actually, you learn that we've been really, really deceived. Okay, let's get to some good stuff. All right. So So basically, we talk about our chiefs and we look at our chiefs and we're like, okay, this is our family. We don't have to call ourselves anything but what we are, and we don't have to claim anything but what we are. But knowing that we're Accawmacke, that's why we have to claim what we own. Just think of what anybody else would do if they were in our shoes. Just think, like, if they were like, oh, I found out that we have, we own Great Britain or whatever. I don't even know what they would do. But here in America, if they had what we had, if they had the situation that we have, hey, Suzanne, that, hey, hello, Q, how are you doing? We would, what would they do if they were us? Well, first of all, they do pretend to be us all the time to be able to do what we do. There are nations that are completely Caucasian that pretend to be us and are multi-million-dollar Native American nations. So they do try to be us successfully. And they're assisted in the government in doing so because it's so less hazardly. It's such a lower hazard to give people that aren't us what they're not owed and give them a hand up and a daggone and all the kind of benefits and winning and wealth, because that builds up their wealth, right? Because they're in a war with us, but we don't know it. See, when you're in a one-sided war, you're at a very big disadvantage because you're sitting up there thinking, I'm just chilling, watching P. Diddy, doing whatever. No, they're warring against us. So everything when someone's at war against you is competition. So they are, everything is, they're trying to get an upper hand. And we think that the KKK no longer exists and cross burnings and stuff they're in the courthouse, y'all. They're in the police force, y'all. They're in the clerk's office. They're in the land records, y'all. It's not just in the Eastern Shore. It's all over this nation. The Klan took off the white robe and they put on a black robe. They get to put us today. They're wearing, they're prosecutors, they're Commonwealth attorneys. The Klan is still alive and well, right in plain sight. They don't have to wear a hood. They wear the title of honorable. Your honorable clerk. Your honorable judge. Right? So you have to know what kind of fight you're in before you can actually get in it, right? Or you can get in it, but like me. But when you get in it and you don't know, it is kind of hard, like dusting yourself off and like, what is happening to me? Oh, like that. That's like hard to get over. But you still get up, you still dust yourself off, and you still like, okay, what's going on? What do I need to be doing here? You still can stand up and you still can rise and you still can beat them at their own game. We have to understand spiritually who we are as well. We have to understand that they use witchcraft and they call it law. And I'm going to make this statement. I'm probably going to end my live not just a little while, but if y'all have some questions, but I'm going to be doing this very often. But you got to understand, it's not law and justice when they use deception. When you have a special language that you speak so much to the point that You can say it, but if you don't say it the right way, you lose. You can declare it, but if you don't declare it using the right terminology, you lose. See, we know that that's not justice. That we know that that's not honorable, because honor means you honor the truth. So when somebody says what they say and you understand what they're saying, you honor what they say. You don't sit up there and use trickery and deception and say, almost. You didn't, but you didn't say Simon Says. Do you understand that the law is a game of Simon Says? That's what it is. You didn't say Simon Says. Gotcha. See, that's what it is. That's not lawful. That's not justice. That it is a bunch of demonic playing and deception. My mom does. Your Aunt Elizabeth. I had an Aunt Elizabeth too. We have a lot of Elizabeths. Girl, I can't even go to the show right now, but that's okay. That soon will change. Just is no progress. Yeah. So I mean, the thing about it is, but the thing about it is a lie. So everything that is here, so the deed system is a lie built on top of our system, which is the patent. So people don't understand. If you don't understand that we how advanced our society was and how we had this whole this whole judicial system, that is this gonna show? Yeah. Let me see if I can get my screen to show this. Hold on a second. Oh, okay. Entire screen. That'll do it. Yeah, I need to get back into the swing of things. Okay. It don't want me to. Oh. Oh, here we go. That's what I want. Okay. So I have the deeds and wills and things that show, from, I think it's from, let me go. It shows the deeds and wills, and they call them African Americans on the list now. It never said. That's what I'm saying. They remix us so that the generations that follow us won't know anything but African American. You see how they do this? So that's why we stay confused. That's why we think we're all from Africa, because they're always remixing our truth. But I did have something highlighted. I don't know if it's still highlighted because I went past it. I think it might be. I don't know. Oh, okay. Let me see. But what it was a list of different free Negro names. And I think I may have unclicked it. Reuben Reed, a free man. Oh, somebody was plotting. Okay, y'all see that? Examination of Reuben Reed, May 1792. A free Negro for feloniously plotting a conspiracy to rebel and murder the white inhabitants of this county. Said he was not guilty. Several witnesses heard he ought to be tried at the next district court to be held for Accawmacke and Northampton, to be remanded to Goal, Henry Guy, Now, the witnesses were Hillary Clegg and Zero Babel Jones, probably a horrible Negro. But anyway, So basically, though, that's 1792. You know, they had already removed a bunch of us and sent us to Nova Scotia and to Sierra Leone by that time. So he probably was over it. Reuben Reed was like, oh no, we just got to get rid of these damn mole suckers. And he was right, probably. So they started like really killing us and treating us really bad after the revolution. So that's why I'm talking on this eve of the so-called 1776 or 4th of July. We have to understand that that was the tipping point. That's when all these countries came onto our grounds, to our territory. Oh, here it is. Here it is. And started taking it. Now, this is what I had highlighted, right? Now, so these are people that were being registered. This is like a census, okay, of who the Indians are. Why did they register them as free people? They're keeping count of who be Indian, and they had us already divided. And I think we might have, like I said, actively, I didn't say this, but I think we actually actively participated in this, as we do with most things. Like we're actively see, this is the thing. When you consent, or when you, okay, let me put it like this. When you fail to reject something, it's consent, right? When you do not object, you consent. That's the problem. That is the problem. So when you see these people, our Weeks, our Collins, our Morrises, our Drickhouses, and I did look this up by Weeks, so you will see a lot of Weeks in this because I was just thinking about my Aunt Nora and the Weeks and Weeksville. So there's a lot of Weeks in this particular file, but like I said, you will find other surnames that you might connect with in other files. But yeah, so basically that fact that we do not object, that's consent. So the fact that we don't object to everything being called African American, that is consenting now. So we are actively consenting now to our identity being changed in the future. Understand that. We have to actively object to this African American stuff. Like that's our duty. Like if you don't do anything else in your lifetime, make that your goal. Like when you see it happening, when you go when you think about the Smithsonian, when you think about the African American museums, write letters of protest. Maybe we can do I got 13 daggone lawsuits, so I can't write another one right now. I can write another one. I'll write 2 more, but I'm trying to save my life right now. But after my life is saved, which it will be, which it is. And it is, because the thing about it is we have to understand that they don't have any authority, right? We give them the authority. You're a Morris too? See? We give them the authority. When we understand our power, it's as powerful as understanding what we have as far as our land. But our power is more important. If I can give y'all anything, I want to give you an understanding of what our power is. I would gift that to you just to feel it. Because you know what? As I have gone on this journey of who are we, right? And looked at these things, there's different levels of understanding. And if I could do anything to gift you that, I would. See, this is a prime example, and Brandy, you'd appreciate this. If you look here at right here, can I highlight that? Yeah, at the Isaac Smith. Okay, so 1788, Isaac Smith, surviving partner of Baldwin. See, Baldwin is actually what these Baldwins are trying to act like they are. They are frauds. These Caucasians that are on the Eastern Shore, they are frauds. And talk about being what do they call them, reptilians? Nah, they ain't gotta be no reptilians. They actively take on our skin. They are ship shape what do they call it, ship shaping, and turn themselves into us all the time. That's what they do. Everything they have is because they pretend to be the indigenous people, right? So Isaac Smith, surviving partner of Baldwin, and Eyre and Smith versus Edmund Press, dismissed, being agreed between the parties. All these people are Indians. They're not these are not Caucasians, you know. It's because of the wealth amassed by all these free Indians, that that's why they came in and took our identities. Well, the later it got, and let me tell you, that's what the Civil War was really about. It was really about they're taking over our land, our identities for good. That time frame was when we lost the most. It wasn't, because think about it. This is what I want you to really think about. If Caucasians had gone and taken everything, all the wealth away that other Caucasians had worked for generations for, and burnt their stuff down, they'd still be warring. This would not be no United States. It's impossible to even think that Caucasian people would be like, yeah, the North came down, burned all of my stuff down, took all my money, turned it into trash, and yeah, we good now. Sir, impossible. Y'all know that's impossible, right? Just really think about it. See, they ruin it when they teach us this stuff in school, because they make it so boring, and we just want to get through it, and we just spew out what they recite back, what they tell us, but we don't get to think about it. Just think about the fact, how would people really act? They would still be fighting. There would never be a United States had the Civil War been what they said it is. Now, we, on the other hand, have this strange kind of, like, I don't know if it's ADD, HD, or whatever it is, but we have this thing where we forget. I think we take some things that we shouldn't, as far as the golden rule, way too far. We forgive and we forget, like, for real. And, or maybe it's just we forget. I don't know, but we do that. We do that. It's very, very strange, because after all that they've done to give us toxic stuff, all the things that they've done to give us injections, they are killing us. The bad medicine given to AZT, given to babies with HIV, or suspected our children, experimenting on our children with ACT, and that was Dr. Fauci. People just, they just want to kiss him in the mouth. I love Dr. Fauci. He killed babies. Our babies with ACT. It's a fact. It's not hidden. So we have this thing of selective memory, forgiveness, or just loving the people that are trying to destroy us. I don't know what that is. I don't know what phenomenon causes that. But it happens. So our job in this generation and the generations to come is to correct. We have to correct the lies. We have to get back what was taken, and we don't turn back. We don't give up. We don't stop. Period. That's our job. Stockholm syndrome. Yeah. That's what it is. Well, whatever it is. It's lasted for many, 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 many centuries. We have to. So, I mean, what they're trying to do, I guess they're trying to scare me. I don't understand why they think I would be scared. Like, they don't scare me. That's my dad. They don't scare me. I don't understand why they think that and then what is it, and then what they don't realize is what it does to those witnessing what I'm going through. Because as others watch what I'm going through, and if you really know, it's crazy. All they're doing is lighting fire in the others, the next generation and the next generation. They're lighting other fires. So although I am older and she'll be gone or whatever eventually, the fire is being lit by the people that are witnessing what's happening to me. We have the receipts. We hold them. Let's look at I was going to show you some of the let's show this. Is sharing it? Okay, let me go see. Because I think I have Weeksville here. Let me go up. Oh, let me go. Man. Okay. Oh. Let me go a little bit down. Okay. All right. So I'm going to show a little bit of Weeksville if I can. Let me see. Slides and sharing. I think it's this one. Right? Yeah. All right. Oh. Yeah, that's the one. It's not letting me. Oh, I have to stop it. Remove. Oh, I have to remove it. Now I got it. Okay. So this is one. Let's take this down. I don't know if I can take it down. Take it down. Take it down. I don't see the. Close the window. Okay. I'll be. Oh. Yeah. Oh, am I sharing it? Well, that's good. That's probably good anyway. Let me see. No, I'm not sharing it. Oh, okay. I'm not sharing it. I'm going to share the entire screen. It's going to take a while. I think it takes a while to kind of take it all in or something. Maybe I got to. Yeah. Ooh, that looks ugly. Okay. Oh, well, anyway, I was going to share one last little nugget. Let me share and see if I can get it. Okay. Entire screen. Window. Yeah, let's do that. Okay. Share that. Okay. So let's share this little nugget. Okay. Let me fix it up a little bit. So Here's a crazy little nugget for y'all to end off this little episode. All right, sorry y'all. I don't even know how that happened. I got knocked off my own thing. Ooh, they don't want me to show that. Okay. That's okay. I'm gonna show it anyway. Okay, so we're gonna show this. That's what we're doing. All right, so that's what I was trying to show. Okay, so believe it or not, the same alleged person, Severin Air Baldwin, allegedly, um, decided to sue civilly again over a year later. So, I didn't know about it because cousin told me that there was a plastic bag with some paper in it taped to the trailer. Now, mind you, the trailer, child, I don't even know if Accawmacke is still around, honey, because I haven't been able to do anything. I have just been, fighting my fight and trying to survive. So I haven't been to the trailer. The last time I had been to the trailer was when I had to fight them civilly last year and didn't find out that they had arrested me in May. And then the week later, on the 17th, I think on the 20 something, that's when they filed a civil suit. Now, that's talk about being transparent and being real stupid. Like, how you gonna show your cards like that? You gonna file a civil suit right after and then you're gonna turn around and file another civil suit over a year later? Bay Creek. Yeah, come on. We know who's doing this. We know who's doing this. So, with that being the case, our whole power in this is to ignore this. Because the reality is they do not have jurisdiction over us. They do not. Until we actually know our power, we cannot fight them. I'm learning. We got tremendous power. Final and only notice of legal nullity. Void proceedings, jurisdictional incompetence, constitutional breach, and absolute rejection of unlawful litigation with an affidavit of non-consent and jurisdictional nullification of all state authority. The state does not have power over us. We are a nation. When we get that, it'll change our condition. That's why I pray, and my hope, my dream is to have you all understand the level that I understand it to be. Filed under special appearance with pre-colonial protection. We have pre-colonial protection. We don't need recognition. We pre-exist everybody. You understand our power? No consent to jurisdiction. We pre-exist. We have the authority. Next time we'll talk about more, because I actually will show some of the colonial things, because we was writing all kinds of protections, like, don't be trampling on our land, let us have our guns. We have all kinds of stuff. So many things were done and recorded about us and our protection early on, more so than anybody. We've got that in writing. That's why they erased us so thoroughly. So that's why they call us Powhatans when we're really Accawmacke. The Accawmacke are the Powhatans. Powhatan was born in an Accawmacke child. He's an Accawmacke child. But Powhatan's just a title, like chief. There were many, many chiefs before Powhatan was born. Final and only notice of legal nullity. They do not exist. Their rights to do what they think they can do not exist. That's final. Where I am this year is far from where I was last year. Far from it. They dealing with a whole new entity here. Yeah, they are. They dealing with a whole new entity here. What you doing? You ain't got a right to put a bond on me. What are you doing? What are y'all doing out there? And then when we actually come back and say, and I come back and I say, this is why they damaged me. Oh, then what you gonna do? What kind of damages are you gonna have to pay for all this that you've been doing at the direction of a idiot, allegedly? An idiot. His daddy knew the truth. He knew they were pretending to be us. Or maybe they got some of our blood. Yeah, you said you was a cousin, didn't you, Severin? They all want to pretend to be cousins, even if they're not, because they wanted they're going to be able to put their hands in the cookie jar. Whatever it is, this is not going to be tolerated. Like, no. And the fact that they have judges dishonoring themselves. And I thought it was strange when I first filed suit in 2021 and that judge just defiled the Constitution by dismissing the case. And then the U.S. Court of Appeals did this. I was like, ooh. I was like, what's going on? And I was really, but see what the evil demonic people on the Eastern Shore, and everybody's not evil and demonic. And some of them demons are Negroes, or at least melanated, whatever they are. We don't know what they are. They're probably Irishmen, Scottish. I don't know what they are. I don't know. But some of them are us. They look like us, and they don't act like us, and they in cahoots with these demons. They're all demons, right? Brown demons, white demons, tan demons, whatever. There's demons, right? But there's good people on the Eastern Shore that are white. I want that to be very clear. There are Caucasians that are good people, but you know what? Good people need to stand up for what is right. Like silence ain't good. So if you're a good white person on the Eastern Shore, you need to speak up. Holler at a sister, okay? Reach out to me. Because your silence is consent, just like our silence is consent. So stop consenting, good white people, because I know you're out there. So basically, this whole thing, these entities, the fact that they have these judges defiling and what they thought, let me explain what really happened. Because they dismissed the ejection claim, which like get off my land claim that was filed back in 2021 by me. They thought, well, this will shut her up. 2 judges, 3, 4 judges said it's dismissed. What does dismiss mean when you're defiling the law? What does dismiss mean when you're violating the Constitution? You think I'm stupid? Yeah. Answer is yes, they do. Answer is yes, they do. They think I'm stupid. They think I'm stupid. When you violate the Constitution, when you violate the law, it's not law. So you can get your dirty judges to write dismiss. That's their favorite thing to do. These dirty judges, all they do is dismiss. Dismissing is not adjudicating. Dismissing is not actually investigating to find out who has the title. Dismissing is just letting go and saying, I don't want to deal with it. It ain't adjudicating the thing. And let me tell you what the most powerful thing that dismissing something is not. It doesn't erase the title. It doesn't erase the title. So you can dismiss everything, but it doesn't erase the title. That goes for my house right here, or the patented land in Virginia, and the patented land in Nova Scotia, and the patented land in Maryland, and the patented land in Georgia, and the patented land in North Carolina, and the patented land in daggone Illinois, and the patented land in Ohio. Mississippi and Alabama too. It doesn't erase the title. Just like the fact, okay, so this lawsuit that they've wedged against me is what? They want the quit claim deeds to be gone. Stop claiming them quit claim deeds. You idiots. A quit claim deed is just merely saying, put a note on a record. This is patented land. A quit claim deed is showing that you have an interest and right in the property. It doesn't give you the property. You know why? Because our patents give us the property. The property's already ours. Filing a quit claim deed to say it's going from the Accawmacks to the Accawmacks, or Lisa to Lisa, they all, except one, said Accawmacke to Accawmacke. 28 of them said Accawmacke to Accawmacke. Only one said Lisa to Lisa. And saying it goes from me to me, or whether it goes from Accawmacke to Accawmacke, because I'm an Accawmacke and I'm the trustee, so it doesn't matter if it says me because I'm trustee. So this is Indian business. This is nation business. This is business that the state don't have no right to. The state is not a nation. Get your nose out of pre-colonial Indian business. Get your nose out of pre-colonial Accawmacke business. See, what they are trying to do is act like dismissing it dismisses your rights, your authority, your power, and your title. It doesn't. But see, they're used to bullying and scaring. They're not used to dealing with somebody who won't be bullied or scared. I'm not having it. I'm not having it. So, the worse you do to me, you're just making it more painful and ugly for yourselves. Judges are being exposed by this dumb man who's got everybody fighting me. Has exposed lawyers. I mean, they already got people going to jail because they're thieves, and that has nothing to do with me. That's just the fact that they're criminals. Yeah, that part. They already got folks going to jail. Just last month, a new attorney went to jail in Atlanta because of Bay Creek. I'm sure she's happy about Bay Creek. She probably don't want to hear Creek, Bay. She probably don't like B words. I mean, she's probably devastated by this, that she's gotten caught up in this. She's caught up in this dang on fraud. Think about the dude in my case now who has falsified that he is the attorney for Freddie Mac just so they could try to take my house. Just think about how he's going to feel when the hammer comes down on his head. ain't worth it. The person that is orchestrating this racketeering, they're not smart. That's why they got 77-year-old white men going to jail. They're not smart. These people that are the racketeers of the Eastern Shore got young prosecutors prosecuting me. They're not smart. They are putting people's careers and lives at risk. Not mine, because I'm going to survive this. But the people that are committing real crimes to get me, because their trail, I'm making sure their trail blazes, and their trail is blazing high. I'm putting fire on there. That's why I have like 12 cases, because I'm putting the fire. They may not let me be on the news, but baby, I'm in the courts. I'm all in the courts. There's a paper trail on them. So yeah, keep listening to idiots who run companies and run lawyers because of their daddy and their granddaddy been stealing from the Indians, from the Accawmacke. That's why they got what they got. That's why. Not because they're smart, because obviously, look what they're doing to you now. I would hate, I mean, I guess y'all think I'm not, I feel sorry for Thornton. Jack Thornton, you're in a bad situation with this thing. I feel bad for you. I really do. And Tracy, you're going to go to jail. They got to have a fall person. They're not going to put Jack in jail. Things may happen to him, but yeah, it's going to be bad. There's going to be a fallout because because he keeps pushing the gas. He keeps throwing gas on this. Another lawsuit, dumb. Are you insane? Why are you getting that good attorney Cole involved in this? He's actually a nice and intelligent man. I don't know if he's nice, but he seems decent. The attorney for preserved communities. He seemed like he has sense. Why are you dragging him down in your ignorance? Well, it'll all come out soon, babies. So I want to be talking about this on a regular. I'm going to be doing lives on a regular. I'll let you know how I'm filing, what I'm doing, all the details, all the actors. Because, baby, I got so many people in this mix now. I got Negro clerks. I got judges, 3 judges that are corrupted dealing with this thing in Georgia. You got daggone Jack Thornton. Jack Thornton allegedly, no, it's not allegedly, it's for real. He wrote me a plea deal by email saying he gonna drop all 50 charges except one, and then I have probation. But don't you never file for no claims, never again. I said, first of all, I am not a criminal, nor I ain't guilty of nothing. So you can keep that. And in addition to you keeping that, let me tell you something. I do not consent to any further terrorism and persecution. I don't. And I'm not attending no kind of trial that you're trying to put together without putting it together. You haven't given me an arraignment. You haven't said, do you plead guilty or not guilty? These are your charges? You ain't done that. How are you going to have a trial next week and you ain't done that? How you gonna have a trial next week and you ain't even talked about picking a jury selection or anything? This is all a sham. This is a scared Lisa shams. Lisa go, scared Lisa. No, I'm not scared. So first, I'm not participating in this. I don't have to, because you have no authority. So no, that'll be a no. What the answer is, no. Whatever you're trying to do, it's a no. Because you all don't have authority and you are horribly corrupted. Horribly. So he wrote me a plea deal on one day, just like a few weeks ago, that plea deal. I said no. I ain't going to no trial and I ain't taking your plea deal. He responded with a hearing and a revocation all in the same letter, right in the same page. I'm like, how are you going to set up a hearing for nothing? What's the hearing for? Hello? So you got, how you haven't conferred with me. I'm the opposite party. So I represent myself. I'm sui juris, as Taloff says. I'm sui juris. How are you going to create a hearing without my consent? Without my agreement? You can't just set up a hearing and then because I don't show up, you're going to automatically revoke my bond. Talk about corruption. Jack, you're corrupted. Yeah, I know Virginia don't care that you're corrupted because Virginia is corrupt. From the rootum to the tootum. It's a corrupt state. From the top to the bottom. Bunch of criminals. Bunch of demons. So I know they don't care that you're corrupted. But I do, Jack. You could be better than that. You used to like to go out fishing, being out on the boats. Look at you. You've become a horrible person. Anyway, so Jack sent a revocation and an invitation at the same daggone time. And when I didn't show up to it, they didn't post any kind of like notice, no hearing information, no nothing. They just posted that bond revoked. Bond revoked? How you gonna revoke bond when you was just acting like I'm so good I can have just about all the charges dropped? That's a contradiction. How you gonna on 1 week say, oh, all your charges can be dropped, save one, and then the next week you're so dangerous, we are revoking your bond. You don't need to revoke a bond of somebody who's you're contradicting yourself. You can't do that. Oh, you can, but it's a bad look. But I guess y'all don't care how y'all look, right? Because y'all just do what y'all want. I get it. Well, this is the thing. The fallout and the desperation is real in what these people are doing. And this is just the tip of the iceberg, y'all. They're doing some crazy stuff, but I'm going to have some images and some information and stuff, and then historical stuff that you can stand upon, that you can know about yourself and our rights, because the way we look at ourselves legally is everything. And when we're talking about our families and we're talking about our loved ones, we're talking about also cousins that we don't know. We're talking about cousins or cousins and people that get caught up in things that they didn't mean to, or, become more than they should be because of just the way the system is made. But knowing, they're scrambling. They are scrambling. You're right. But knowing, oh, this is going to be good. Let me see if I call you back. Okay. But knowing who we are is an amazing thing. So, we need to work on that. And I'm going to make sure you know everything I know. You're going to know everything I know. I want to empower as many people as I can to win. You may not have to you probably won't have to do what I do. You most certainly won't. I feel, but to be empowered with the truth and to be empowered with that knowledge is what everyone should have. All right, y'all. Ana Algonquin for goodbye. Or really, it's not goodbye. We don't say goodbye. We say farewell.